Hi, this is the Rusted Willow, and my name is Tammy. If you like DIYs, hauls, flips, and everything farmhouse, you are in the right place. All right, guys, let's get started with DIY number one. Jumping right in. So for these first few DIYs, these are going to be super simple, and I'm saving the best for last. Okay, I picked up this glass. Well, it's plastic, it's not glass, but anyway, it's cup from Dollar Tree. I struggled with this sticker. Oh my gosh. I was on the struggle bus the whole time I made this video, guys. You will see. So I poured some Mod Podge in this glass. I poured some red paint, spilled it all over. Yep, there I did. Sure did. Yep. And it's red. Like, red and black are the worst colors to spill. I don't know if you know that, but anyway. Worst colors to spill. So anyway, I scooped this paint up because it's my favorite color, Spanish tile. If you've been watching me for a while, you already know Spanish tile is my favorite color, red. Anyway, you'll see a lot of it for Christmas coming up. So I mixed this Mod Podge and paint together, and I'm just going to dye this cup. And I think this is gonna look super cute sitting on my tier tray. I love that it's kind of spooky, and I made it red, so it could be like red wine or blood or whatever you want it to be. So I just kind of swirl that around. Of course, this is sped up a lot because I'm an impatient crafter. So anyway, I was trying to get it to move a little bit, and it wasn't moving. It was so thick. So I added a little bit of water, and like I said, I'm an impatient crafter. So anyway, I try to get it to like move around, and I took my paintbrush and painted the sides, and I'm still messing with it. Eventually I just turn it upside down on the tray. So there, I'm just kind of giving you an update. I turn it upside down on the tray and let it all drain down, and it covers perfectly. All right, guys, today is the 5 under 5 challenge. And I will link Missi's channel, Michelle's channel, and Emily's channel down below, along with the playlist. On to DIY number 2. Okay, this is super simple as well. So I went to Target Dollar Spot a while ago, and they had these test tubes. They're like plastic, and they came with these puzzles inside. So here I am on the struggle bus again. I can't get all the puzzle pieces out of the test tubes. They came out of one, but then there's one piece that's stuck clear down in there. I tried a pen, didn't work. I tried my scissors, didn't work. Okay, now I'm getting the paintbrush, and I'm struggling. But anyway, I'm not gonna let you watch all that. It took me a while to get that puzzle piece out of there, for real. Anyway, got it out. Now I have 2 test tubes, which I think are fabulous because you can use them for potions, you could put vinyl on here, you could make tags, but I am trying to stick this skeleton guy down in the test tube because I thought, oh, a whole skeleton, that'll be super cool, right? Well, yeah, he didn't fit, and I struggled, and finally I'm like, okay, we'll just tear him apart. Because most of the pieces snapped apart until they didn't. I'm still struggling. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll use my scissors. Oh, if it wasn't one thing, it was another. I tell you what, crafting is hard sometimes. Hard. Like, people have no idea how flexible you have to be when you craft. I think that's just like the #1 personality trait. You've got to be flexible. Otherwise, everything would just end up in the trash. If you're impatient, but I'm kind of impatient. Anyway, so I just cut this little guy apart and stuck him in the test tube because I thought that would look super cool. I am going to go back in and glue his little head to the lid because it fell down in there, and it, like, his face is facing down, and I want it to be facing up. So I keep checking that glass and moving it because the Mod Podge is draining down. Okay, so for the other test tube, I got these bag of bones from the Dollar Tree, and I am just putting those in there. It only held about 5 or 6. They're pretty small. I thought I should probably put some oil and water or glitter or something in there, but my grandbaby would try to open it and then it would be everywhere, so I'm not doing that. Anyway, super simple, guys, seriously. And then I just tied a check bow, a buffalo check bow or checkered bow, I don't know, a Dollar Tree ribbon around both of these test tubes. And they are ready for my tiered tray. That little skeleton guy I already had from last year. Most of the items I used today I have had since last year. I did buy those test tubes though recently. They were $1. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, you know I love your comments, and I just want to say hi to all my new subscribers. I love talking to you each week and getting your feedback. All right, here we go. On to DIY number 3, another super simple one. Okay, so I ordered these rolling pins from Amazon, oh goodness, last year when we were in quarantine, and I don't know, I probably got 15 or 20. I don't even know how much I got, honestly, but they were pretty cheap. I think maybe $13 for the bunch, maybe 10. Honestly, I don't know, but they were super cheap. So I'm just painting this black, the whole thing, painting it black. And I went to Dollar Tree the other day, and I'm making you watch me paint the whole thing black. And I got this pretty fan. Look at this beautiful fan. Anyway, I tear it apart. But I love the sequins. I love the black. Oh, I just killed a fly. And it was bugging me. I had to kill it. And it comes right off really easy, really easy. So anyway, I just fit it around this rolling pin because I thought, ooh, I want to make a glam rolling pin. And I love the purple. The purple's gonna go with my last DIY. You guys gotta stay tuned for the grand finale because that sucker is adorable, although it doesn't fit on my tier tray. It's gonna have to sit next to it, honestly. Anyway, I got a little too big. I went a different direction with the last DIY. So anyway, I just hot glued this, fit it to the rolling pin, hot glued it, and I burnt my fingers right there. And then I just cut down one edge, the bottom edge of the fan material. I like the scalloped edges, so I left that on there, and then I glued down the scalloped edges because they were sticking up, so I thought that looked dumb. And so I just took some more of that check ribbon from Dollar Tree and tied it around each end of the rolling pin because I want all of my DIYs to tie in together. So every DIY I did has this same ribbon in it, black and white. If I would have been thinking, I should have made that cut purple. Then everything would have really tied together. Anyway, whatever. It's whatever. So I tied a bow on each end, and I dovetailed the ends of the ribbon, and done. Good to go. All right, DIY number 4, another super simple one. So I got these jars at Dollar Tree, and see that green one over there? I struggled with the label on it. Struggled. So then I moved on to the clear one because I didn't like the way the pearls looked in the green one, because I wanted them to look like little eyeballs or something. But honestly, in these, I don't know what you call them, containers, they're super cute. They have stoppers and everything, but in these containers, you can't really tell what they are because they're textured on the outside. So anyway, I thought I'd just go with the clear one and call it a day. I got these tags, oh gosh, years ago at Target for $1. I think they were at the dollar spot or something like that, probably after Christmas. And they are chalkboard tags, and I used my Dollar Tree chalkboard pin to try to make a spider web. Didn't like it, tossed that aside. Trying it again. So I just decided to write the word boo and call it a day. And guys, if you are new here, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, hitting that little bell for notifications every time I upload a new video, I would really appreciate it. I hope you are liking these DIYs. These are super simple to begin with, and we will get into the good one here in a minute. And don't forget to go over and check out Missi, Emily, and Michelle. All right, DIY number 5. Here we go, guys. Okay, so I've had this urn for quite a while. My sister gave it to me, I don't know, last year, a year ago, whatever. I have these pool noodles on hand because I use them as vase filler. So the only thing I actually bought for this, because everything else, I swear to you, I had on hand, or like the spiders, the 3 spiders I used, a friend left them at my house because she made one of these as well for herself just earlier in the day. So I used this pool noodle to fill up this urn, and I was actually going to just rubber band I'm making these pool noodle candles, you probably already guessed. Anyway, I was just going to rubber band mine together and put it on my tiered tray, but then we come up with this idea and I liked it a lot better. So it ended up being a lot bigger than what I expected it to be, but that's okay. It turned out gorgeous and I love it. So these are the steps I used. I spray painted my urn in flat black. You can use any spray paint. I just used, I actually used Rust-Oleum because that's what I had on hand. But I don't know if you guys have gone to buy spray paint lately, but Walmart is completely empty. The shelves are bare. Lowe's, barely any spray paint at all. It's very, very hard to find the flat black, so I actually found some at Ace Hardware. But anyway, so just keep that in mind when you're going to look for craft supplies. Places are bare. So I start cutting down my pool noodles at 12 inches, and it only took me 1 pool noodle, guys. I bought a black one. I started at 12 inches. I went to 10 inches, 8 inches, 6 inches, and 4 inches. I believe after that I had some left over because I did end up with, let me see, 7 pillars. So I did cut one down, just kind of like an in-between size, but I dry fitted these. After I got them cut, I kind of made the ends a level so that they would fit in there, and you'll see. So here I go. I'm measuring again, cutting more down. You like my pink tape measure? I like it. And it's got big numbers on it too. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm just trying to fit these in there to make sure that they're all gonna fit in there. That way I know how many I needed to cut. I actually did end up with some left over, so here I am. I'm just trimming that one down. Okay, so now that I figured out how many I needed, I go ahead and I rubber band them together to kind of put them in the position that I want them in. And then I start adding the hot glue around to make it look like wax, dripping wax. And I do this around all the candles or all the pool noodles. And honestly, it would have been a lot easier to do them individually, which is what I recommend. Do them individually and then put them together in a rubber band. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just being dumb, because then I got this bright idea. Oh, we're gonna add glitter, because if you add glitter, you don't have to paint them, which mine were already black, so I didn't have to paint them anyway. But I was gonna paint them because of the hot glue, but instead of painting them, I decided to go back over them with glitter. So this is how my crafting goes. I start with an idea and I end up with something else. Plus, I do love glitter. I love the bling, so it was all good. But I recommend you putting the glue on each individual pool noodle, and then if you want to add glitter, add it individually. It was pretty tough to do when they were all rubber band together. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, I wasn't. I was just crafting and trying to make my vision come to life, I guess. I don't know. So then I take some little skewer sticks. These are just sticks that I had on hand. And I am going to poke them into the bottom of these pool noodles and poke them into the top of the other pool noodles that are in the urn, so that way they stay in place. And I've already glued these together. And guys, you want to make sure you use a low temperature glue gun. So I'm just kind of checking it out, make sure that it's going to stay. Add some more glue in some spots to keep the noodles together. But the glitter just turns out perfect. Another thing I would do is cut the holes for your tea lights before you glue your stuff together and get it all decorated. And before you add the hot glue, because oh, that was a chore. I forgot to cut the holes for the tea lights because, number one, I couldn't find my tea lights, and I know I have a buttload, but where they're at, I have no clue. And anyway, story of my life. I know I have it, but I just can't find it. So anyway, I am just going through, and now I'm adding the embellishments onto my candles. And I had all these flowers from last year. I brought up my Halloween tote and went through it, and I found spiders and greenery, well, not greenery, but flowers and witches' hats and all kinds of stuff that I had started last year and didn't get to finish. So hopefully I will get to finish some of those projects. And this is one that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. I know that this has been out there and pretty popular for a couple of years, but I have never made one. So this is my version of the pool noodle candlesticks. And I love how it turned out. And I hope you love it too. All right, guys, do not forget to go over and visit Missi, Michelle, and Emily's channels. That's Missi at the Crafty Cove, Michelle at Moxie DIY and Java, and Emily at Farm Charm Chic. Okay, so I'm just continuing to add flowers and little skulls, and I guess some of these flowers were missing eyeballs, so I cut out the middle stem and stuck the skulls in the middle of the flowers. I thought that looked really cool, and I just angled them in different positions. I added spiders to some of the flowers, and then I left some of the eyeballs in the flowers. Now, I had all this stuff on hand already, I actually just added a bow to a witch's hat that I had painted last year, and it actually has a vinyl on it that says 31. So for, you know, October 31st for Halloween. Anyway, I thought it turned out super cute. So this is how I decided to cut the circles for my tea lights. And because I couldn't find my tea lights, I used one of these real candle tea lights. Now, I don't want to hear comments. Please don't leave me comments down below that say, oh my God, you're going to catch your house on fire. I am smart enough to know not to burn a real candle in a plastic pool noodle. Just throwing that out there. So anyway, I'm just using it as an example because guess what? This tea light is the same size as the plastic tea lights. Funny how they made them that way. So I'm using that as my pattern to cut the holes for my other tea lights that I guess I'm gonna have to go buy now. But anyway, like I was saying, this DIY literally cost me $1 because I just had to buy the pool noodle. I had everything else on hand. However, I'm gonna have to go buy tea lights now. Guys, again, do not forget to go over and visit the channels, Crafty Cove, Michelle at Moxie DIY and Java, Emily at Farm Charm Chic, and the playlist will be listed down below for everybody. I'm sure there's going to be lots of creators because we love this 5 under 5 for our tiered trays. All right, and here is the final look. I hope you guys like it. And also a little sneak peek of my fur babies because they were ornery today. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you saw something on here that you liked. And I hope that I inspired you to make some Halloween crafts. And I hope you have a great week. Guys, let's talk about Missy, Michelle, and Emily. These ladies are amazing. You will love their DIYs. So go over and make sure you tell them that Tammy sent you and visit their channels. I mean, if you've seen some of the stuff that these ladies have made and designed and created, oh my goodness, you will not be disappointed. My floor turned out amazing. Leonidas is enjoying it, aren't you, baby? You like that pretty floor? I got almost to the doorway. Look at all the paw prints that happened today. This is what happens when you try to paint. This is what happens when you try to paint with these two. Yeah, I'm talking about you too. You don't even care, do you? Nope, don't even care. You like that new floor? You like that new floor? If you like this video, here's some videos that you might like as well. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye, guys. Have a great week.